Sorry if it's a little jittery. I'm doing just a handheld version to review the top section of my 4-inch black Brant model. There's the booster. It's done. There's the shock cord coming out. That has the bungee cords in it. I went ahead and did some C-folds and taped the cord. And then I added this piece here. So we fly in an area that's got a fair amount of vegetation. This is a buzzer, a lithium-ion battery, and there's a little micro switch there. And when this little pin that you can kind of see here gets pulled out, which would happen when this tape breaks, then the buzzer will buzz and hopefully help locate the rocket. Kind of further up, just maybe a couple of feet below the payload and eBay assembly, is the drogue chute that I'm going to put in a little wrap there. And then here it connects. And I've used these connections before. There's screws that go in kind of each way, a 3D printed thing to hold them. I just put a soldering iron to be able to melt the hole through the nylon strap. And the nice part about this is you can unscrew it and just hook things in directly. So you don't even have to have a quick link. That's just another point of failure and a bunch of additional weight. Now we get to the eBay assembly, so it's going to get mounted in the bottom of the final body tube there. And for this, I used, and one of the things I learned was the LOC couplers are pretty thin. And this one happened to come in a kit that I got from Apogee, and it's much thicker. So I think it worked a lot better to build sort of the eBay assembly. It's sort of typical, but not typical in the sense of it is kind of the coupler assembly that slides in. What's kind of untypical about it is, for one thing, one of the things I really try to do is make my shock cords go all the way through. So the shock cord goes all the way through it. The bottom piece is really just a bulkhead, and then the two LED or sorry incandescent lamp fuses that I've used before as well that are mounted here. So the black powder charge goes in there. They go in. There's a couple screws just to keep them from falling out. Put tape over that, and that seems to work pretty well. And it's a little labor intensive to assemble, but they're pretty cheap to build. So this is going to go in to this body tube. I used these 4-inch rivets that I regret. They're really hard to get out. And I ordered some 6-inch, body panel rivets, and they didn't work well either. So it's kind of run what you brung in terms of that. I think they'll hold fine. They're just going to be a pain to remove, and I might rethink that. The other thing I did that I'm not sure how to rethink is this body tube, again, from Apogee, it's really thick, it's really strong, but it was really fuzzy. And so I put some Minwax wood hardener on it. And the problem with that, and I've had this before, is it kind of acts like a rosin bag, if you will, and it wants to stick in the body tubes even after it's dried. And so you can see, one of the things I found to try to work around that, it's not the best answer, but it's some graphite. So I put some graphite on there just to keep it from sticking. And then here's really the guts of the eBay. It's just really mounted on the top bulkhead of the panel. There's the quantum there and the battery. And then I also have, I don't call it a power switch, a power disconnect, to be able to just not drain the battery if I get stuck. So again, things that I leverage from other designs. And then the top of it is pretty much the same. It's just going to be more shock cord, and then a Aerotech ordered a military surplus chute that I dyed red. So getting ready to bundle everything up for tomorrow's flight. So I hope it goes well, and I'll post an update.